Bro, when I think of scummy characters, there's one specific person that comes to my mind. Can you take a guess on who that is? I'm gonna give you a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Brian the dog. Nothing. I mean nothing. Brian's a bitch. That's like, I don't know. You're telling me this guy picks you up from the street. You constantly try to fuck his wife. You constantly try to fuck everybody's wife you're around. And you just act all pretentious when motherfuckers are around, dude. You're a bum. And you're a terrible author. You can't sell books. Nigga, you can't sell books. You suck. Wasn't there literally one episode where, who was it? I think it was Stewie, Lois, or Peter. And they wrote a book, and the book was really good, and he was shitting on it the entire time. That nigga's a legit scumbag. But anyways, we got Scummiest Characters Ever by the Virginity Slayer, which is a crazy ass name, by the way. Go like his video, like my video, subscribe, check out my playlist section, and let's get into it, bro.
Scum characters. Yo, these guys right here are actually trash. At first glance, I will drop kick on them. You do not want to have any association. If I were to ever lend them money, they're gonna say, huh? That's it? And then remove all contacts, and I'm never gonna get my money back. If I'm about to get jumped, they'll pussy out and then try to gaslight me into thinking I'm in the wrong. First up we got is Brian from Family Guy. Brian here is the type of guy that will sell you out over some poom poom. When there was a daycare teacher neglecting kids, but as soon as he finds out she's a baddie, he's all like, I want milk. He's so down bad, even when the teacher broke Stewie's arm and he's trying to snitch, he's trying to suffocate him all over some coochie. But as soon as he finds out she already got him, and only then he calls the cops and acts like a saint. He's always trying to smash other people's wives.
Oh my god.
This is the wife of the guy who took him in off the streets, by the way. Brian is an ungrateful mutt. And I'm sorry I had to say that, but this nigga's an ungrateful mutt. I remember the exact episode where you spit on Peter's windshield and tried to wipe it off and only made it worse. And he gave you a place to stay, a place to eat, a place to live. And you try to fuck his wife with that little ass dick every episode, bro. You're a mutt. Mutt is the perfect word for you. You're a mutt, Brian Griffin. You're a mutt.
No! Stop it! What are you doing?
I can't help myself.
This is fucking harassment and assault, by the way. Of the wife of the guy that took you in, you disgusting, filthy, degenerate fucking dog. You need to be neutered and put down, bro.
Lois, I know you're married to Peter, but I love you and I can't stand it anymore.
When he was getting freaky with Joe's wife,
Joe's wife too? Joe's wife too? This nigga Brian's really a scumbag. And I hate that shit. He does what every girl he's fucking with. Where he like, she's the love of my life. I get this. She's right. She's always being neglected. He has to like talk. Like pillow talk his way into some pussy, bro. Don't be a Brian Griffin, bro.
Yapping about some BS that she shouldn't waste her life on someone that's crippled, but let's be real, he does not care about a lifetime relationship. It's a one-time hit. Look how many bitches this man has fumbled. He even somehow screwed up with Gorlock the Destroyer.
Ew.
Out of all these exes, his biggest fumble gotta be the one where he dumps a girl for being smarter than him. So you're telling me this baddie can financially support me for the rest of my life and I don't gotta do shit but clap cheeks? I don't even have to be 6 foot with a 20-inch meat or nothing. Bro, that is a dream come true and he's still...
One thing about Brian that's so funny to me whenever he dumps these women is like, dude, you're a literal fucking dog. How many options do you have? You're a literal mutt. You're a mutt, nigga. You're not even human. You're not even human, Brian the dog. All these limited options you got. And you acting all high and mighty, bro. You're a fucking animal. No Beauty and the Beast, bro. You're a trash dog. I don't even know the name of your breed, bro. Brian, you're such a shit fucking mutt that I don't know the name of your breed. What is the name of Brian's breed? Can we go find that out? Hold on. Let's look this up. What? Oh shit. Brian, a white Labrador Retriever. Let me look what these dogs look like in real life, bruh. Hold on. Yeah. White Labrador Retriever. Here's what Brian Griffin would look like in real life, guys. Dude. Brian. You're a fucking dog, bro. This is more of what you would look like, Brian. This is a handsome dog. This is like a out of shape fucking loser dog. That's you, Brian. That's you, man. That's being you, bro. Where's it at? Which one is it?
Chose to leave her. In fact, he was shooting his shot with one of his co-workers, but he fumbled that too by gooning to a funeral picture of her. When this man got famous for scamming everyone for a literal blank book, he starts treating Stewie like shit for no reason. And on live TV...
Stewie's your only friend, by the way. Why do I hate Brian, bro? We're already 7 minutes into the recording, and we're 1 minute into the video, or 2, and all I've done nothing but shit on Brian the dog. I gotta move on, bro.
In 4K,
You can tell
he got humbled that his book is dog shit. He even admitted it.
I think it's crap too.
Boy, if you don't...
And then he has the audacity to put the blame on Stewie. And when Stewie made a blood handshake with him, he gave him herpes. Oh nah, at that point I'm neutering him. To think that Stewie, the guy who makes weapons that could literally destroy the world, is the victim. How down bad do you have to be to go after one of Meg's chopped friends who's still in high school and take that shit off with them fake ass J's? How do you get lectured when it comes to standards and morality by another predator? Honestly, I don't blame Quagmire for hating on him. Brian here stole his main bee. He gave back shots to his trans dad. And there was this one episode when Brian broke all of his teeth.
Ooh, that brother's floating in the air.
Holy shit, he is so chopped. He felt like a drowsy now. But ironically, Quagmire is the one who helps him get new teeth. But how does he repay him? He scams him for buying Mr. Pissair's crib. And every single time, he just gets his ass beat.
You son of a bitch! I'm left, I'm right, I'm right, I'm left, I'm right,
He's so scummy to the point where he's literally a deadbeat dad, but when his son Ashley got successful on the Disney Channel, he exploits him.
He had a son? Yo, we gotta move on from this nigga, bro. Please.
He's making every bum dad in anime look good.
Gene, no, whoa. First off, hold on.
Disney Channel, he exploits him. He's making...
We will never... Guys, if you don't know who this nigga is right here, this is a definition of a true deadbeat nigga. His name is Gone Freaks, or no, Gene Freaks. Gone is his son. This nigga abandons his kid, leads him on this shit like goose chase. Shit, bro. Shit, by the way. Shit. Emphasis on the shit. So shit that it wasn't even supposed to lead to where this nigga was right here. And when his son finally gets through his shit, goose chase, this nigga actively peeps his son in the crowd and runs away. And climbs to the tallest tree to get away from this nigga. They spent the entire show up to that point looking for that nigga right there. And when he found him, he ran away. He heard his son was dying because he transformed into a literal grown man and didn't even go to see him. That nigga Gene a bum.
Every bum dad in anime look good. When Brian started investing and got a lot of money, and at one point he starts investing in a factory that makes protein shakes, but it was revealed it was made out of dogs by the Koreans. Hey yo, who the hell cooked up this episode? You would think that Brian will put a stop to all this. Wrong, he's still investing in this shit for that bread. This man is an Uncle Ruckus and Napoleon from Animal Farm. And this right here is probably the biggest incel feat I've ever seen. When there was a woman stuck in her car drowning, but as soon as Brian finds out that she has a baby, he lets that shit go on purpose.
This nigga is trash.
That time when Brian got hit by a car, Stewie should have just let him die. Next up we got is Mr. Krabs. If I were to describe him, he's the best portrayal of a...
No. Hold on.
Next up we got is Mr. Krabs.
Eugene Krabs. Eugene Krabs, where do I begin with you? You were my first ever scumbag in all of fiction, reality. You set the definition, the principle, the standard of a scumbag. There is an episode where this nigga sold SpongeBob's soul for a penny. Yo, this absolute shithead sold SpongeBob, his best employee, for a penny. Now take a moment. Think of someone you've been working under for years. You're their best employee. You show up every day. You have a good attitude. All the customers love you. And that nigga sells your soul for 1 penny. Not $1. Not 1 million. A penny, bro. Not even 2 pennies, bro. He sold your soul for a penny, bro.
If I were to describe him, he's the best portrayal of a crackhead. Take away $1, no, scratch that, a penny, he will tweak the fuck out. This man's greed needs to be studied. What do you mean there's only 2 employees and this man trying to pull a 24-hour opening? This dude went as far as profiting of SpongeBob by making him literally do everything, even cleaning the doo-doo stained toilets.
Oh.
And he pays them in these fake-ass Monopoly bills. Yo, he even makes Patrick get tortured as entertainment. No wonder they call him Subaru. So that's child labor on the list. Not only that, he's willing to feed his customers literal slop if it means he could make a bag out of it. This greedy ass bum even made an entire factory milking jelly out of jellyfish. So that's animal cruelty on the charges. When he saw a bunch of kids at the park, he couldn't stand the idea of them playing around for free. I mean, just look at him. He's pulling up on these kids like he's Diddy, and then he starts charging them for this broke ass park. Not even the homeless would want to sleep in there, and he's literally making SpongeBob be a punching bag while he just sits on his fat ass doing nothing.
What about the children?
The children?
Fuck them kids. Fuck them. I don't give a fuck.
And there was an episode where he literally framed SpongeBob for stealing the Krabby Patty formula, but it turns out he was the one who stole it. And he did it just because he doesn't want to pay that delivery fee. Like, I get that food deliveries nowadays have the most insane fees, but still, how much of a cheapskate can you be? He even charges his own employees for $2 existing. This dude has so many feats of child exploitation that I can't even list them all. But we cannot forget the fact that he sold SpongeBob's soul to the Flying Dutchman for 62 cents.
62? Oh, shit. I thought it was 1 cent, bro. I swear it was 1 cent back in the day. My bad for lying, y'all. 62 cents, that's still not even $1. It's still not even $1. I don't take back what I said. Fuck that nigga.
This nigga serious?
This act of betrayal is worse than Griffith. Not only was this a greedy decision, it was a stupid one. SpongeBob is literally his main source of income. Like, who else but him worships you, goons to you, and is willing to do your slave work? Squidward? And even though he's SpongeBob's biggest op, even he was all like,
You are a worthless, bitch-ass nigga.
are we sure Plankton is the real villain and not Mr. Krabs? It was confirmed that he has a net worth of over $5 million, and yet here he is sucking glizzies for pocket change. And now we got the worst of the worst on this list. Now, if you haven't watched BoJack Horseman, let me explain. So basically, this guy was an actor for an 80s sitcom called Horsing Around, but ever since the show got canceled, he was just a straight up bum drinking alcohol, doing drugs, and just being an asshole. But you know what? Underneath all that, he's just misunderstood, you know? I mean, so what if he...
Bro, I would say BoJack Horseman is one of the most complicated shows I've ever watched, bro. My first ever, I would say. I remember I watched this back in like 2016, and seeing him like relate to so many crash out Hollywood celebrities and just fuck up every single relationship he had. It was crazy. He ruined his relationship with Todd. Mr. Peanut Butter only wanted to be his friend and help him out. The literal child that he used to work with back in the day, I believe, didn't he fuck her and let her die of an overdose? And then one of his friends, the deer that he used to date, fucked her daughter, bro. And I think she was underage at the time. No, she was in college. She was in college, I believe. Still, fucked her daughter. She was 17. No, she was 17. Fucked it over with Diana, the only person that really tried to care for him at the end. And then at the end, he died, bro. Real sad it ended. I hate how it ended, how it did, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It was a good show nonetheless.
Did some bad stuff. Everyone makes mistakes, right? We've seen him be humane and heroic, so obviously deep down, he's a really good guy.
No.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap.
Alright, let's start with the shit talking. Well, first of all, he's the embodiment of an L-mans. Back in the show Horsing Around, he was best friends with the TV show creator Herb, but after it was revealed he was gay,
Jesus Christ, thank you.
Oh, you like dick? Oh, hell no. You one of them bitch.
so the TV executives want him gone, but Herb asked BoJack to threaten them by leaving the show. But BoJack ends up getting gaslighted into believing firing Herb is the right thing to do, and he does end up betraying him, all because he's a clout chaser. What's worse is that BoJack never visited him afterwards, even when he was diagnosed with cancer. I mean, just look at Herb. He looks like Seismic now. And the crazy thing is, Herb is not even mad about the job anymore. He just needed someone to be there by his side. And I don't blame him for not forgiving BoJack. And the worst thing is, this bozo didn't even have to fire him. Like, he really let this Edna-looking ass outsmart him.
You're honestly an idiot. I don't know what's wrong with you. But your ego is pissing me off.
There is an entire book of all his exes. He's giving Brian competition. His worst fumble gotta be with PC, because out of every one of his exes, since day one, she's the one that tried the hardest to make things work out between them.
Her and Diana, bro. Definitely, bro. This nigga just couldn't get his shit together, bro. I love the show BoJack Horseman. Damn.
And whenever this dude was in deep shit, she always tried to help him out. But how does he repay her? By cheating on her multiple times. Even after they broke up, she always had his back. But the one time when she slipped up and begged him not to fire her for being his agent, guess what this dumbass says?
So, what do you think?
No.
I beg your pardon?
However, ever since then, she completely moved on. She became a manager, got married, and adopted a baby. So at least she got her happy ending. But I cannot say the same thing for the next ones. We got Gina, BoJack's new girl. You know, things are looking stable. They're both cast.
What happened to her? Didn't he beat the shit out of her, bro? I think he did. Or like choked her on the set because he was drugged out. Yeah. She was a baddie. She was cool as fuck too, bro.
As the main characters for this mediocre show, nothing could possibly go wrong.
So BoJack talking, but how about we don't choke any women?
1,000,000 zillion jillion dillion cotillion times later.
The foreshadowing is insane. He was so drugged up, he almost killed her. She got PTSD from the incident, and her acting career was so cooked. I want you to picture this. This dude was having fantasies of having a loving family with Charlotte, someone who he barely knew over 30 years ago while he was high, drives from LA all the way to New Texas just so he could smash.
You's a freaky ass nigga!
While she's already married and has kids, gets rejected by her, but rather than moving on, guess what he does next when he meets up with Penny, the 17-year-old daughter. Oh yeah, we already know where this is going.
You a pedophile.
In not even 4 fucking seconds. You wanna know what he does? You wanna know what he does?
Wait.
There's a real deal actor or celebrity out there just like this, bro. That's crazy.
And then this man starts bragging about it in an AA meeting.
And first, I tried to sleep with the mom, but she said no. So then I tried to sleep with the daughter.
Oh my god, bro. And it just gets worse. Jesse Pinkman over here traveled across the multiverse to get a better life because, well, his last one didn't turn out so good. But even in this universe, he's still getting done dirty. At one point, BoJack ruins his career all because he's jealous that he's a better man than he'll ever be. But that's not the tip of the
Didn't he also try to fuck his girlfriend?
iceberg. This piece of garbage clapped his girl.
Yo, BoJack Horseman really a dickhead, bro. BoJack Horseman, looking back on it, BoJack Horseman really a dickhead.
Oh, hell nah. It's one thing letting your girl die, but smashing her too? This is some bullshit. Why is it that this EDP 445, who tries way too hard to be hip with the kids,
Now, boys and girls, if you want to do the BoJack, take the hands and put it.
and yet he gets to clap so many bitches, and he lives in a mansion while my boy Jesse is broke, has the hygiene of Aspen Gold, and gets cucked? That's not fair. Jesse got cucked so hard he turned asexual from the trauma, and this thought thinks she could just come crawling back after getting backshotted by this fat ass horse, and she only went back to him because he won $8 million, talking about, oh my god, Todd, we just won $8 million. Bitch, who is we? We as in French? Get your ass out of here. I'm telling you, bro, you can never trust these hoes. BoJack, he can't keep getting away with this. And then Jesse rightfully does the most valid crash out on BoJack.
You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol or the drugs or any of the shitty things that happened to you in your career when you were a kid. It's you.
And now we got his final victim, Sarah Lynn.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor and an astronaut.
But I want to be an architect.
Y'all don't, oh, it's Sophie ain't bad, bro. Damn. If I could, Sophie Green, bro. You gotta manifest some shit like this. She gave me a shot, bro. I wouldn't waste it, bro. I'm talking about the most masterclass performance. Kobe 80-point game type shit.
Anyways, Sarah Lynn was a child actress and horsing around, and this is the type of shit BoJack was saying to her.
The most important thing is you gotta give the people what they want, even if it kills you.
Bro, what really made me sad about that, bro, I remember watching that shit when it first came out, bro. And, like, seeing them build the relationship back, bro, kind of like a mentor-mentee type of thing, you know, because she was still young. And then knowing she had an addiction. I'm pretty sure she was in AA, bro. Had an addiction. Went to BoJack for guidance. That nigga got her addicted, fucked her, and she died from that shit. From an OD, bro. That is one of the most evil things I've ever saw in, like, animation history, bro. Yeah, she was better when she got older, bro. Like, right here. But at the same time, bro, BoJack, that was not for you, bro. That was for me. I'm 21. What was she right here? She was like, what, 20, 18 at the youngest? BoJack fucked her, bro, and she died from that shit. And he knew she was suffering from. Actually, that nigga BoJack did deserve to die. Anyways, that's it for me today. Hope y'all enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe, go like the original creators video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.